Assembly Speaker Robin Vos sat down with the MacIver Institute recently to discuss two issues the state legislature will have to tackle during the upcoming session. One, how to pay for a new Milwaukee Bucks arena, and two, the Department of Transportation's proposed budget. On the arena, Vos told MacIver that he wants to find a solution that both protects taxpayers and keeps the Bucks in Milwaukee.
I think the Bucks are a huge economic engine for southeastern Wisconsin. I don't think they're anywhere near as big as the Packers or the Brewers or even the Badgers. But when you look at the amount of money they generate just for the state of Wisconsin by the players' salaries, when every player plays in Wisconsin, even though they live somewhere else, they're taxed in our state. That's this jock tax, they're calling it. It's not a new tax. It means it's money we're already collecting, about $11 million a year. If the Bucks leave, we lose $11 million a year. Plus, don't forget, the state of Wisconsin owns the Bradley Center. So if that's going to turn into a concert more of a concert venue or something else, we'll have to go out and hire somebody to run that, probably not for free. So there's a lot of downside to having the Bucks leave, just to the taxpayers owning the Bradley Center, the lost revenue, and then of course the lost revenue for every restaurant and bar and hotel and everybody who stays in downtown Milwaukee. So if you live in Rhinelander or Eau Claire, I can certainly see why you would say, why do they want me to help pay for this problem? Well, in reality, the problem's going to happen whether we like it or not. So is it worth an investment for us to say, take half of the money, maybe $6 million, and say, let's put that money into helping keep the Bucks here? Well, of course, because I would do that if it was Mercury Marine, where they came to us with a problem and had to have some help, or it was a company in our area, or if Harley or any major employer said, look, we have to leave unless something changes with the tax climate. That's what they're really asking us for.
The Assembly Speaker also made comments about the DOT's proposed budget, saying there are some things he liked and some things he didn't like. Vos said he would prefer user-based fees like tolling to pay for transportation projects instead of using general taxes.
In southeastern Wisconsin, we have a lot of needs, but we have a lot of needs statewide. We are one of the only states that prior to the last budget funded its entire transportation budget for the most part with fees charged to users. And that's what I like. I like people who are using the system paying for it. So do I like every single proposal in Secretary Gottlieb's plan? Probably not. Do I think that it certainly deserves a lot of credit for having the ability to say, this is what our needs are, and we got to find some ways to pay for it? Yeah, I support that. One idea that I hope we might consider, maybe even in light of some of the others, is something called vehicle miles traveled. That doesn't mean putting a black box in your car so that the government knows where you are. But I support tolling. I kind of like the idea that when you use a highway, you pay for the highway that you use. Well, that requires federal approval, and it's years off, so it's probably not possible. But what if we say that you pay a penny for every mile you drive, and it's self-reported when you fill out your registration form? Why is that a bad idea? So basically you drive 10,000 miles a year, it's $100, just like the gas tax, which is how we generate it now. So we've got to find a way to pay for these roads. I like to have them be as transparent as possible. So hopefully we'll continue to have a discussion, but I don't want to come out saying one idea is bad or another one is good. I want to let the public do that so that we'll have a discussion of saying, how do we fund transportation knowing we have a deficit, as opposed to we just shouldn't do anything and then the deficit gets worse.
The legislature is expected to take up both topics after the new year. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Jen Healy.